future. Get ready for the ride. We're going down to hell tonight, so strap yourself inside. There's a glaring contradiction in your world that's made of glass. Something small can shatter it and nail you to the past. The road beneath your wheels, the madness that you feel. Oh, you will pay with your life.
Welcome to another edition of the Metal Voice. Today on the show, Top 10 Up-and-Coming UK Metal Bands. With me again, Mr. Giles Lavery. What's going on, my friend Gilesy?
Hello, we're here, that's right. We're going to talk about a top 10 up-and-coming British heavy metal bands. Not the old ones, these are new ones. Alright, Jimmy, let's go.
Number 10, all the way from Scotland, Stormborn. Young bunch of Scottish boys playing the clubs. They came out with an album a few years back. Very classic European power metal. They're coming out with a new album now. I just want to, give them some recognition. I know they're working hard. They're writing some amazing tunes. They've got a new singer, and they're going to come out with a new album. So hats off to Stormborn for being number 10. Thoughts, Giles?
Yep, just as you say, classic power metal, more on the European tradition than the British, if you want my opinion. Good music, good band, sounding promising. Wish them the best of luck.
Number 9, from Brighton, UK, you have Smokin Aces. This is what you get when you take Motorhead, you throw in a little Alice in Chains, a little Black Sabbath, and you add a little bit of groove. Real fun music to listen to, very edgy, and it's exciting. That's what I liked about it. They have 2 EPs out. You could catch them online. I'll leave the link in the notes. Giles, what'd you think of Smokin Aces?
I think good solid band, again, and, absolutely nothing wrong with it. I just think it needs to sound a little bit, I'd like to hear a little bit more of them and a little bit less of their influences.
Cool. Number 8, Dark Forest from Black Country. This is what you get when you have paranormal, time, conspiracies, just little freaky stuff, Giles, freaky stuff. They sound very new wave of British heavy metal in that vein. And I don't know, just a pleasure to listen to. I love the vocalist. He's got an excellent tone, fantastic songs, very more on the progressive side than on the metal side. But anyways, that's where they're at. It's the sound, the style is more new wave of British heavy metal with a little refreshing twist. What'd you think?
These guys are good. I mean, these guys are not just your typical new wave of British heavy metal, copy band. They've got their own sound, like you say, good singer. The songwriting's fairly strong, and they come from the Black Country, so they've got all the right heritage right there. There's a lot of great music came out of that area. So one to watch, I think. Definitely a band to watch.
Number 7, Neverworld. They're from Bedfordshire, and their latest album is called Visions of Another World. They have a new album that they're working on. You think of Fate's Warning, you think of Crimson Glory, you think of King Diamond. These guys are all over the map. And the cool thing about this band is they're not on any major or minor label. They're just completely independent, and really, they need more recognition. They need more advertising. So that's why I put them as number 7. I found that there's a lot of talent there, and I'm really looking forward to their next album.
Agreed. A lot of talent there. For me, again, it's a case of you can hear a lot of their influences more so than you can hear their own, DNA, their own identifiable sound. There's definitely, you can tell they listen to a lot of progressive metal. It's the impression I get anyway.
Yeah.
A lot of traditional metal, and they're mixing that up into their sound. But again, a little bit like Smokin Aces, I would like to hear a little bit more of them, and I think they can really go far. Very good band.
Yep. Number 6 on Massacre Records, Damnation Angels. Now, their last album was called The Valiant Fire. Actually, their last album is their current album because it was released in June. So this is a new album that's out. And these guys are Camelot on steroids, basically. It's just that much bigger than Camelot. It's that much more epic than Camelot.
Damnation Angels has totally took me by surprise stylistically. On a personal level, symphonic metal is not entirely my thing. I struggle with all those bands like Rhapsody and Camelot. I just don't. But these guys are really good. These guys have a great sound. It's well produced. It's absolutely well played. I think they've got it together in a big way, and I think they can really go far. Very good band.
Number 5, Eden's Curse. Okay, I mean, we're cheating a little bit here. The majority of the band is British. However, there is a Serbian and a German in the band as well, a new singer, right? Now, their last album was a few years back. It was Symphony of Sin in 2013. They're working on their new album, just like the other guys. These guys have toured with Dream Theater. They've worked with James Labrie, Andy Darius, Pamela Moore. They have a list of big names that have appeared or they've played with. They sound like Queensryche, Ed Guy, TNT Cream, Pink Cream 69. Definitely a band to look for. They're on AFM Records, so that's Eden's Curse.
The new stuff sounds good. It sounds very, in fear of repeating myself, but like a lot of the other bands on this list, well put together and very, very professional. They've got obviously a great team there, and everything's being done, the way it should be, of a world standard, which is why they've done so well in the first place, I think.
Number 4, and this is one band that I really enjoyed because I really like punk. I like hardcore. From Northern Ireland in Dublin, we have from AFM Records once again, Gama Bomb. These guys have, I think, 4 albums out. The last album was the Terror Tapes. They're working on a new album too. If you like Razor, if you like old Anthrax, if you like Nuclear Assault, and you love the sense of humor in music and in metal and punk, these guys are for you. What'd you think of Gama Bomb?
Well, I can't really say anything that you haven't already said already, Jimmy. Once again, if you're into that 80s sort of thrash sound with a little bit of that late 80s Anthrax and...
Sure.
And, like you say, Razor, Nuclear Assault, the classic thrash, then that's what these guys do, and they do it very well indeed. I can't add a lot to that, because it really is that simple. There's absolutely no wild experimentation or crossing over of genres into funk or anything like that. Sure. They really are they do epitomize that late 80s thrash sound. So if you're into that, then Gama Bomb's definitely one to check out.
Moving up to number 3 on Earache Records. A band that's very controversial. Some would say a copycat, some would say a cover band, but I say a continuation. It's Evile. A lot of people call them the Metallica or the Slayer copycat. As for myself, I think they're continuing that musical direction that bands like, or the band Metallica has abandoned. They continue in that same musical vein of what we always wanted as Metallica fans, and they do it quite well. Great musicians. I mean, some would say Slayer. I wouldn't say Slayer. I would say more Metallica-wise. They have 4 albums. Their last album was called Skull, which I think is phenomenal, and I'm really looking forward to more music by them because that's the direction I wanted Metallica to go into, to keep pushing further into the Master of Puppets vein.
I hear a little bit of they're cloning a certain period in metal and a certain period of certain metal bands' careers. If you're into that and you want to hear that served up again and again, this is the band for you.
Number 2, a band from South Wales. A band that's a bunch of guys, a bunch of girls, a bunch of ladies, we'll say. A very unique sound. Independent, once again. 0 Hours, their last album. The band's called Triaxis. If there was a female version of Iron Maiden, this would be it.
Right.
And it's classic too. I think they've taken it one level away from Maiden. It's the songs at the end of the day. This is the kind of band where you just listen to the whole album and you really enjoy every song because it's not your typical goth female opera singer. It's just singing metal, and that's classic sounding metal. And yeah, there are touches of Iron Maiden there, but Triaxis, new album called 0 Hours, just released, and their last album, Rage and Retribution, which was an amazing album as well. What'd you think?
So for me, yeah, good band, good songwriting, very promising. Yeah, you can hear the Maiden influence, as you can have worse influences than Maiden, hell, So as they develop further and like we talked about with some of the earlier bands on this list, develop their own style, I think they're definitely a promising band, and I have, nothing but positive things to say about Triaxis. Really good band, really good players, and hopefully a prosperous future.
You ready for this? Top.
Yes.
Up and coming. Metal band from the UK. Ready?
Yeah, ready.
You're still ready. Here we go.
I'm ready.
Here we go. Drum roll, please. Number 1. Up and coming metal band from the UK. Ascension. You hear that? Ascension. What?
Ascension.
Ascension. All the way from Scotland. Ascension.
Ascension.
This is what you get when you take Dragon Force and you mix in a little meatloaf. These guys are guitar-driven, speed metal, technical, just a great, fast, exciting. You know what I like about these guys, Giles? They're a bunch of young guys, and when you look at them and you watch their video and you listen to their song, you go, man, these guys love music and they really want to make it. I love the enthusiasm. Right. Their last album was called Far Beyond the Stars. Check out the clip. I'll leave it in the sort of the description of the video. Once again, I'm digging this band. I know they're coming out with a new album. They're planning their next move, so watch out for Ascension.
These guys, yeah, you covered it, man. To me, it's power metal. Blind Guardian, Halloween, Gamma Ray, Dragon Force, a little bit of Iced Earth. You could make an argument that it's not highly original, but then you could also make an argument that it doesn't really need to be because they're so good at it.
Yeah.
They're really good. They're really good at their chosen genre, and I think they will, if they continue getting better and better with every release, they will definitely excel at it in a big way. Impressive band, impressive sound, and that's number 1 on the list.
Thanks for watching The Metal Voice. Giles, thanks for participating on the UK Global Edition.